I think what people get confused is, they're grinding with a goal. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have goals, but you should be grinding for grinding's sake. You should grind because that's what you do. You're passionate about what you do, and so you're waking up every day with this concept of, I have 24 hours and they're mine. This 24 hours belongs to me.
Right.
And whatever I do in this 24 hours will determine where I'll be tomorrow and the next day. And I think that's what people need to focus on. Like, get off of this, I want to make 6 figures. I want to drive this car. I want to live in this house. I think what people should be focusing on is, I have 24 hours. Like, Oprah only has 24.
Yeah.
Bill Gates only has 24. Like, Warren Buffett only has 24 hours. And in that 24-hour period, I can either break my life or make my life. And I think, and I'm not saying you shouldn't have goals. I just think that goals for people is too high on the priority list. And I think what should be on the priority list is going to bed so you can wake up the next day and you can grind it out. And I'm just a dude that believes you reap what you sow. So if you're grinding on Monday, grinding on Tuesday, grinding on Wednesday, if you're grinding 6-7 days a week for a span of 5 or 6 years, something's got to come out of that.
Sure.
But if you're only grinding, on Monday you fired up, Wednesday you back to sleeping in, Thursday you got the funk of the world is on. Like, I've heard people say,
hump day.
Hump day. What is every day is hump day? Like, Wednesday is hump day? Like, Monday hump day. Tuesday is hump day. Like, every day is hump day. And I think if we would spend more time on what's my goal, and meaning what do I need to accomplish in this day to live this lifestyle, and you go after it, then I think more people will be successful.
Interesting.
Yeah, but they spend too much time like scoreboard watching. They spend too much time on there. I want this car and this house and live this lifestyle. No, that's the wrong.
You can think about the goal and have that in your mind, but then think, okay, I'm going to hustle every day to make it happen.
And not just hustle every day. I mean, you should be specific. Like, look, I've got to believe that millionaires do certain things. I got to believe that millionaires have a certain habit. Right. I got to believe that they sleep so many hours. I got to believe that they know their craft. I got to believe they're passionate. And so when I take my goal, instead of looking at my goal and asking, how much money can I make? I've got to ask myself, what things do I need to do every single, like from 8 to 9, what should I be doing to be a millionaire? From 9 to 10, what should I be doing? From 10 to 10:15, like what should I be doing? And that's why I wake up every morning at 3 o'clock, because for me, it's okay, Monday do this, Tuesday do this, Wednesday do that. And if I do those things, I'm guaranteed to be successful.
So tell me about your daily rituals then. Do you have a daily ritual? I heard you get up at 3 a.m. Is that true every day?
Absolutely.
What is your hour to hour look like? Walk us through your process.
Now here's the challenge. A lot of people ask me what time I wake up in the morning. And I think that so many young people, just because they've never been exposed to greatness, they're asking a good question. The great question should be, what time do you go to bed at night? That's the question you should be asking. The question is, what time do you go to sleep? And so every night I try to go to bed, like literally in the bed, 8:30, 9 o'clock, sleep
that's like
by 9:30.
That's like some 2-year-old stuff.
Oh man, I'm talking
that's like
about
some baby stuff right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's like kindergarten, like naps. And I do that routinely. Now I tell people, of course I travel the world. So of course I'm not going to bed every day at 9:30. But here's the deal. When I can, what happens is I create this habit that my body believes that, all right, 9:30, all right, you wake up at 3, which means I'm getting 5 to 6 hours of sleep, which is pretty good, right? But here's the trick. When I came to California, my body still woke up at 3 something because it's accustomed to going to bed at a certain time. My body doesn't really know what time it is. Like my body's it's not knowledgeable of time zones, right? My body just knows that this is the time we normally wake up. So I go to bed consistently early. I wake up early. Now, this is why I wake up. Now, if you're listening to me, you're an entrepreneur, you have to hear this. There are people who graduated magna cum laude. I didn't. There are people who were born into wealth. There are people who were born into a certain network. I wasn't. But here's the trick. Even though I don't have what they have, I can outwork you. So if I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and as sweet as you are, networks, parents, wealth, opportunities, and you're getting up at 8, I've got a 5-hour jump start on you. Like, I don't care who you are. If we're traveling to the same city and I take off 5 hours before you, 9 out of 10, I'm going to get there before you get there. Right. So my trick is I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I didn't know who my biological father was. It took me 12 years to get a degree. So I wake up earlier because that guy who is deeper than I am, who has more advantages or opportunities than I have, when we get our contract to that same company, when my contract gets to that guy, that CEO reads my contract at 3:30 in the morning. He's like, this dude is serious.
Wow.
So I know this guy graduated magna cum laude, but he sent me his contract at 9. Eric sent his at 3:30. Like, you got to give me a shot. You got to give me at least an interview, right? For the 3:30 thing, you got to give me an interview. So what I'm trying to explain to people is my ritual is I'm going to beat you to the spot. I'm going to beat you to the spot. That's what it's all about, right? For those of us who play basketball, or those of us who play football, sometimes it's not about being the greatest talent. It's about beating a person to the spot. So if I beat you to the spot and I got an open shot, it doesn't mean I'm the greatest, but I beat you to the spot, right? I created my own shot. I created my own space. That's what the crossover is about. The crossover is about creating your own shot, creating your own space. And the way I have become a millionaire and the way I've become one of the top motivational speakers in the world, nobody knew who I was 6-7 years ago, is I created space. I created space. I've given myself an advantage that others don't have. And is it hard? No, not really. You just wake up earlier. You can take naps during the day if you want to, right? So it doesn't mean you have to stay up the entire day, but it does mean you have to get to the spot before everybody else. So it kind of looks like the first hour, I'm really a dude of faith. So the first hour I really spend, reading my Bible, praying. After that, I work out for about a good hour. I've got an accountability group that I talk to for an hour, spend time with my wife.
Every morning, accountability group?
Every morning, accountability group. Hour, 2 hours. We're kind of just talking about our day, what we're going to do. Spend time with my wife. My wife is, they say iron sharpens iron, but my wife is like titanium sharpens titanium, and my wife is constantly telling me, you need to improve in this area. You need to do better in this area. And then 8 o'clock in the morning, CJ and I get on the phone and we spend the rest of the day going after it.
Wow.
So we've got a list of Call Australia, a list of, you got 4 videos, 2 voiceovers. And let me say this to my entrepreneurs. I have a ritual where even if you're my closest friend, I have boundaries. So just because it's my company, it doesn't mean I can take calls all day.
Right.
I have boundaries. So you can't call me at a certain time. Why? I'm working. So if I'm on the phone all day, and I'm saying this to entrepreneurs, because one of the gaps, and we'll talk about this later in the show, but you got to find the gaps. And one of the gaps with entrepreneurs is that they feel like because they own their day, they can spend it like they want to. You cannot spend it like you want to. So if you were working for IBM or you were working for Ford, whoever you're working for, you couldn't be on the phone all day at a major corporation talking on the phone. So why do you allow yourself to talk on the phone when it's your business? Matter of fact, it's yours. You should make sure there's no phone calls going on because it's your business. So one of my rituals is when I get started, there are no interruptions.
Wow.
When I get started, I don't care if it's my wife, my children, they know that from a certain time frame, I'm going all in. And I can't go all in answering the phone. I can't go all in watching TV. I can't go in with the distraction. And so some entrepreneurs are like, why am I not blowing up? Because you're not in abstraction. You don't have that moment of your day. I don't care if it's 2 hours, 4 hours, where you shut the entire world out. No Twitter, no Facebook, nothing.
No Instagram, which we love the most.
No Instagram.
We love that Instagram.
But just for 2 hours, I'm going in, and then once I come out, then we can do Instagram. And I'll be honest, your content probably would be stronger if you had that time of isolation, of solitude, where you give yourself a chance to think, you give yourself a chance to go in, and when you go in, you go 120%. So yeah, that's
I like
my
that.
ritual.
What would you say? First I want to get to accountability.
Okay.
Why is accountability so important for you and so many other people? Why is it a game changer for you?
I learned this from Dan Gilbert and Quicken Loans. He has like 19 isms that his company lives by, and the one I love the most says, "Innovation is rewarded, execution is worshipped." So what I learned of being around Dan Gilbert is like, your money changes when you execute. I realized I didn't have a right concept of success. Now I understand success is accomplishing what you say you're going to accomplish. It's getting done what you say you're going to get done. And let's be honest, if you were to sit back and do a percentage on what you said you were going to do in a time span, like how would you grade yourself? If you're saying 70, you're a C. If you're saying 80, you're a B. 90, you're an A. 100%. And so I said, if I could execute every single time. So as I began to look at my life, I realized, and this is for Eric Thomas, if I say I'm going to work out 21 days in a row and nobody knows about it, nobody knows I'm going to work out for 21 days, I can kind of sneak away with, I'll do 30, I'll do 10, cheat here, cheat there. But when I call somebody and say, hey, I'm going to work out for 21 days, I need you to hold me accountable. A part of my working out has absolutely nothing to do with working out. It has absolutely nothing to do with my health. It has absolutely nothing to do with me caring about my body. It has everything to do with, I told you I was going to do it, and I don't want you to call me and ask me did I do it.